Not a lot of rock stars get the chance to go to outer space, but that's exactly what happens in Purple Haze. This comic book has Jimi Hendrix as the main character in a space adventure, and this space adventure is like no other. You may be thinking Earth might be involved, Jimi Hendrix might be abducted, or maybe he's just an alien after all. But none of that is how the story goes down. In this book, we see Jimi Hendrix as a legendary rock and roll star playing to thousands of people in huge stadiums all across the galaxy. He's currently on a tour trying to bring peace to multiple star systems and advocating for peace through his concerts. But Jimi Hendrix is kind of realizing that not everyone is getting the message of his music. People are just there for the vibe. They've got their cell phones out. They're filming him. They're just there to be cool. They're not understanding that his music is trying to bring peace and love to people across the galaxy. And nothing solidifies this more than when he's asked just to burn his guitar on stage to do the thing, as opposed to people realizing the purpose behind why he does that. He's bombed by reporters and paparazzi after his show, and he just wants to get away. So much so that he just jumps off a balcony, hoping that his touring manager is there in their levitating car to catch him as he falls, which she does. And they know they've got more stops on the tour to come, but his tour manager needs to stop back on their home planet first for a little bit. And Jimmy decides, why don't I come with you? And they head back to their home planet, the circuit, and they discover that a lot of stuff on this planet has changed. They've been gone for a lot longer than they realize. Since they've been gone, there was a huge solar storm, and the solar storm destroyed lots of things on the planet. And the governor of the planet called out for aid, and an alien race came and gave them aid, but is demanding that they pay back that debt. And the only way that they can pay it back is if they can get eggs from a space creature that is pretty dangerous. But the people on Jimmy's planet can play songs that make these creatures stay away, but not for long, because as soon as they stop singing or making their music, the creatures attack them so they can protect their eggs. So in the end, one or two people that are going down to mine for these eggs end up dying. And Jimmy learns about this through a local band and hates it. He vows to be able to free his people from these debtors and pay them back. Meanwhile, we see Jimmy's tour manager catch up with her brother, and as a part of everything that's been going on with this planet's change, see that he's lost an eye and he's also lost an arm. And he's not doing that hot, but he's living his life and he's happy to do so. But this just makes everything sink in for his tour manager realize so much has changed and it's nothing that she likes. So she teams back up with Jimi Hendrix and say, we've got to do something to help everybody on the planet. And they agree. She sets up a show with a very rich alien colony that is willing to pay Jimi Hendrix for the price of an amplifier. Jimmy plans to use this amplifier to help his people play their songs longer and louder so that the creatures will stay away while they're trying to get the eggs. In return, that's going to help them get out of debt and at the same time be able to stay alive. But as they're playing the show, this rich alien race finds out about Jimi Hendrix's plan, and things kind of go sideways because they don't want to be out of debt. They want to control what's going on this planet for as long as possible, as well as getting rich. So they try to cancel Jimi Hendrix essentially, but Jimmy grabs the amplifier that's there and runs. But in the high-speed space pursuit chase, they crash land on a planet and the amplifier is destroyed. And the planet they land on is just filled with a whole bunch of these space creatures that Jimi Hendrix people take the eggs from. And the space creatures know Jimi Hendrix there and they're ready to eat him. And Jimmy and his tour manager, they run deeper into a cave trying to get away. And oddly, Jimi Hendrix's mentor is in the cave, like his dead body with his guitar is in the cave. This is kind of a weird aspect of the story, but it makes sense in the storytelling flow because Jimi Hendrix picks up his guitar, runs, and then in their last moment of life, Jimi Hendrix decides, you know what, I'm going to play a tune. I'm going to play a tune for happiness, for peace, a tune for me. As he's playing the song, the creatures back down and show a sign of respect. Because in this moment, Jimi Hendrix realizes when his people have been coming into these caves to steal their eggs, they're playing music from a point of fear. And now, if he plays a song from a point of respect, they will honor that respect and gladly give them not their eggs, but egg shells. Turns out these eggshells are worth millions of diamonds. They're just as rare as the whole egg themselves. So Jimmy, knowing that if his people play a song out of a position of respect instead of fear and survival, they can get all the eggshells they need and be free. They can pay back their debts. So he takes the eggshells and this information back to his people. He presents it to the same people that informed him of all the changes that happened on the planet. And everyone's pretty happy. But we see the tour manager's brother sneak off, and we realize he's been a spy for the debt collectors the entire time. He has a hard time believing that the people on this planet can do anything or everything on their own after the solar storm. And he kind of has the mentality of relying so much on the debtors for everything that it's hard for him to think that they can do it all on their own. There's a big argument between everybody, and in the end, her brother realizes what he's done wrong, and they step away to play a couple more shows. Feeling fulfilled in what his mission is as a person, and knowing that his music has a positive impact on people, Jimi Hendrix plays the last couple shows on his tour and feels the energy of the crowd like he never has before. And for good reason, because the crowd in his last concert is there actually connecting with the music. They feel the soul and the vibes of the music that Jimi Hendrix makes, and we see a young boy connecting with that music like no other person in the crowd and feeling excited and ready to make his own music. And that is basically how the book ends. It's a really cool story, and there's so much lore that they kind of put into this book, even though it's really short, that I wish they would have made this a ongoing series, because they could have taken this story in so many different ways. There's lots of other elements in this book and lots of other story aspects of this book that I didn't explore in this video, but it's really good and it's really worth reading. It's also like a pretty giant sized physical book, so kind of hard to walk around with, but it looks good on your shelf. You can find it digitally on certain reading library apps if you don't want to pick up a large physical copy. But again, like, this book is a good story overall. It's really cool how they use Jimi Hendrix and the way he plays guitar in this story, because his music also has a unique spot in the book too. There's times where they use his creativity with music to be a weapon or to like fuel his ship or to do just other random crazy things. But it never seems like it's too out of place. It always seems to kind of make sense the way they have him play his guitar. And he never really tries to show off that he's good at guitar or anything like that. He's just, oh yeah, this is how it happens here in outer space because I'm Jimi Hendrix. And I think that's what makes it good. They don't try to oversaturate the book with just Jimi Hendrix because he's Jimi Hendrix. There's an actual story that's happening, and Jimi Hendrix is just happening to kind of be the main character, and guitar is his weapon. So it's not too oversaturated with like Jimi Hendrix and music. There's a really good story in it, and there's lots of other themes to explore, again, in the book that I didn't explore here. So I recommend you check out this book, Purple Haze. It's an excellent comic book, and if you've already read it, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.